500th time we tried to record.
It's just been quite an adventure. By golly, if this doesn't work, maybe we just need to swim. This podcast is our way of keeping the good vibes going. We started as a anchor and co-anchor of the morning announcements at school. However, Winkler is going to middle school, so we wanted to team up again so we could tell some stories. And for our listeners that don't know, Winkler has a pretty cool connection to this pool because his grandfather has been here at Chadwick Pool. Well, not like been here. He does go home sometimes. He has been working with the pool for over 50 years. And fun fact,
he does a annual backflip off of the diving board, which is
back there, and just celebrated
his 86th birthday.
86 years of life, and he's doing flips off the back or the diving board. If I could do a backflip off the diving board now, I would be lucky to not knock myself out. I wasn't aware until yesterday this is a visual podcast. We're actually out doing a YouTube channel. Winkler surprised me with that. Anywho, we're going to dive into all kinds of topics this season. What it's like to work at the pool, some funny stories. We're going to do some interviews from staff and community members. And maybe we'll even throw a little art in there because that's what I like to do, whether you want to do that or not.
Today's podcast is going to shed a little light on how we got here and who we are. We're going to interview each other and get this ball rolling. Welcome to Two Fools at the Pool.
Grab your goggles and snacks, friends. It's time to get going. Winkler and I have some questions to ask each other. We're going to do a little interview so that you get to know us a little bit better and maybe understand why we're even doing this. So let's dive right in. Pun intended. Get it? Dive. What? We're going to... That's not a thing. There we go.
All right.
Let's dive in.
What made you want to start this podcast with me?
I absolutely don't want to be doing this podcast. I think I'm going to go home.
She's joking.
I'm joking. Well, it was almost the end of school, going into the summer, and Winkler and I were doing morning announcements together, and he was crying hysterically, snot running out of his nose, like couldn't keep it together, and he was like, "The show must go on, Staroba. Let's do a podcast."
I did not say
And I was like,
that.
"First, calm down."
I did not say you.
And then,
That
okay.
did not happen.
No, it didn't really happen like that. But he did suggest it, and he was ready to continue something because the announcements were quite a fun thing. And so I said, yeah, I got nothing going on. Teachers don't do anything in the summer. We lay around and get sunburned. So I said, yes, Winkler. And that's how it
And
started.
it wasn't even my idea. It's one of the other staff that suggested it to us because she thought we were a great team. And so I took that idea. I was like, okay.
Shout out to Brockman, am I right?
Yeah. And it started out, I created the Chadwick channel at like the beginning of the summer, and then it just lay there.
Then you just laid there?
No, the channel just had nothing on it.
Oh, I thought you said I created it and I just laid there. Like, that's
No.
it. I got lazy,
then-
took a nap.
And then we planned out a date, but 6/26, but it got rescheduled because her daughter had a softball game.
Why did you have to bring that up? And then the second time it was raining, and then it was like, okay. But anyway, yeah, we had some technical difficulties. So, Winkler, what do you love most about being at the pool in the summertime?
Just coming here with friends during summer and jumping in the pool when it's really hot outside.
It is a benefit, big benefit, because it is nice and cool. And Missouri is not a cool place in the summer. It is very humid and gross.
All right. What's your funniest memory at Chadwick Pool?
I think right now is the most hilarious time I've ever experienced.
Doing a podcast with me?
No. I mean, it is fun. It's not the funniest. Funniest, I think, a funny thing that has happened, and you, I don't think were aware previous that originally when we moved here, we joined the board, and it was because we were at a pig roast, and the board members at the time were like, we need people to join the board, and we were having fun. I was having quite a bit of fun and not really like thinking about what all that would entail, and said, I'll do it, and my husband will probably do it too. So I kind of suggested that we both do it. And so we became board members, but I, after a year, became a full-time teacher. And then I kind of backpedaled out, and old Mr. Staroba got left to be a board member and is still currently on the board. That is a funny story to me. Sad tragedy for old Mr. Staroba. What is the coolest thing that your grandpa has taught you about working here and keeping this pool going?
I would just say how to get the pump in the big and baby pool to actually start up. Because in the big pool, it's as simple as pulling a lever. In the baby pool, you have to click a bunch of buttons, open valves, close valves, do a lot of stuff. But
it's like working in a silo.
Yeah, but it's easy now for both, except for the big, when you have to close 3 big valves. Really hard because they're very big.
Do you think you could get this pool running without your grandfather?
That I say no to. I still have a lot to learn from him, and he helps with he does everything in the pit, which I need to go in. I need to start going in, but I haven't, and he does all the work in there.
He is a treasure chest.
Yes.
I don't think anyone could really get this pool going like that.
He is 10 times my strength.
Ooh, so look out.
That's a big thing.
Have you ever arm wrestled your
Nope.
grandpa?
And I know he loses immediately.
Do you think I could arm wrestle your grandpa?
I'd say it'd be quite a fair battle.
So you're saying I'm strong. I like it. Okay. Your turn to ask me another question.
All right.
What'd you see over there? Celebrity sighting? Celebrity sighting. Oh.
How does teaching compare to working at the pool?
How does teaching compare to working at the pool? Well, kids are always asking me to do things, even when I don't want to. Like 5 minutes ago.
You agreed to do this.
They're still kids from school. I still feel tired, and the only difference is I don't have art supplies because they get wet. Did I answer that question okay?
Yes, you did.
All right. Jack Winkler, do you miss the morning announcements at school?
Easiest question ever. Yes, of course I do. What kind of question is that?
What was the highlight of doing morning announcements? Was it the unexpected lunch menu items, or trying to read the names of students that had Tiger shout-outs? What do you miss the most, Jack?
Being there in the morning with you. And
now you know why I said yes to this podcast. How are you not going to say yes to that? It's like the sweetest thing ever.
I don't think she'll ever offer to a kid again. I feel very grateful.
Probably not.
I feel very grateful that I was the only one to do this.
Yeah, and there were a lot of interested students. And I'll tell you this, and I've said this to my coworkers, and I've said this to Winkler, and I've said this to other students. The reason he got the gig is this. He showed constant drive, responsibility, motivation, hard work ethic, was always on time to show up to do them, always had a good attitude, always kind of kept me together, which is a hard job. Just things that were not always things I saw in a lot of kiddos.
I still remember the day where I was asking and I always got rejected, but I still remember that one day when she said, "Sure, come on."
Yeah, he finally broke me.
And the looks that all my classmates gave me when I walked into the class.
It's a slippery slope. But you know what, Winkler, as an educator, as a parent, and as an adult, when you see kids that really give it their all and are willing to work hard and show up and not expect something, but to work for it, bam. If you build it, they will come.
There goes our mic.
If you can't hear us anymore, it's because Winkler smacked the mic. All right. If you could host a pool party for anyone, who would you want to give a party to? At the pool?
I would say all of my friends, best friends, all my past teachers, all family members, just everybody who I've had a good experience with.
Awesome. Oh, that would be a fun party.
And you.
Thank you. And me. Everyone I've had a good experience with, and you. My mid-experience that I've had was rough. I'll let you come after everybody that I really like has showed up.
No.
I will give you an invitation. I will call you up and let you maybe come by.
You would be the first person.
Oh, there it is. Cycle back and fix that.
If you could design the perfect pool float, what would it look like?
I would build a big floaty that would have enough room for 4, and it would be really comfortable. Sometimes you get floaties and they're not comfortable, and I understand they have to be made of like water-resistant material. Most of the time it's plastic. But wouldn't it be nice just to like have almost like a bed on water?
Yeah, just have the plastic underneath, have like reinforced plastic on the sides, have like a small blanket, pillow, you can just fall asleep.
Yeah.
And then it would have like a dome so that nobody could splash you.
Oh.
Because if you were to have that thing without a dome, and somebody just were to take a water gun and go, beep,
Who would ever do that?
annoying kids.
Yes.
I've had my fair share of annoying kids. You know what about experiences is like random kids that you don't know. This happened to me a few weeks back. Is they grab your leg. Like this group of random kids, I was in the pool and they just grabbed my leg.
Or like if you're sitting there chatting and then someone jumps in and like all of a sudden you got like an eyeball full of water.
I am that person. I always do it to my mom and sister.
I'm sorry, Mom and Sister. What is your dream job someday, and would you like to work at the pool someday?
Yes to both questions.
Yes.
Yes.
You would like to have a dream job?
Yes. But as soon as I'm old enough to start working, my options would be Fritz's, Chipotle, or lifeguard.
Those are your only options?
As when I can first start work.
Or those would be your choice? Those would be your first choice?
The startup job.
Okay.
When I'm like a teenager, still in school.
So no one has told you like your only 3 options
No.
are Fritz's?
No.
Okay. You just thought if I could work anywhere.
No, this is just like starting out as a teenager.
Okay.
As soon as I'm older, then I would definitely try to be a board member.
So you can come get turds out of the pool. You'll be the one we call.
That's a lifeguard's job.
We're gonna call you. Winkler, what's your favorite pool snack?
Cotton candy. Because our pool just opened up a concession stand. I was at that board meeting when they introduced that. And I was the one who said the guards may take free stuff for themselves. And I have seen it happen. Same with the soda machine. Sometimes the guards open it and take a free soda for themselves.
Is that a good thing, or are you saying that's a bad thing, like they're stealing? Oh. Okay, so if it's you out there, eyes are on you. What makes the biggest splash, in your opinion? Is it a cannonball, Winkler, or a belly flop?
Cannonball.
Why?
Because you're trying to make a splash. Belly flop is the one that hurts the most.
Yeah, I would agree. I think a cannonball is probably a splashier situation.
So I attempted a backflip a few weeks ago. I landed straight on my back.
So you had a back flop.
It hurt. Sort of. I like this ball.
I would not like that. I'm sorry that happened.
Lifeguard whistle, cool or cringe?
Lifeguard whistle, cool or cringe? It's cool if it's helping a situation and it's brief, like doo-doo. It's cringe when it's like wah, wah, or they're abusing it.
Yeah.
Whistles are intense.
Because like, if it's a lifeguard doing it and it's like someone's running or doing something unsafe, then go tweet. But if they go tweet, then I think that's a little aggressive.
Right.
But
That's
you
a little
gotta look
much.
out for 3 whistles, because that means you have to get out of it.
Because there's a turd in it?
Safety, or that.
Or chlorine issues like that. Do you know how to test the chlorine?
Yeah.
All right. What do you got there, Wink?
Chemical.
Tell us about it.
Alright, so this is the chlorine. Oh, and I need to go get more water.
Do you do it for fun?
I always arrive like 50 minutes early to practice.
How about adult swims? How do you feel about those adult swims?
It's gonna be very controversial, but I like it.
Thumbs up from a non-adult
Because here's the
pool
reason.
goer.
Before all kids start to hate me, here's the reason. If there is more than 25 people in the pool and 2 lifeguards have to be on stand, they legally have to have a break every 40 minutes.
This could conclude our first episode
And
of Two Fools at the Pool.
no technical issues this time.
Please no. If you have watched this in completion, that means that it worked. And then we will have some upcoming episodes soon, hopefully, that will also include some interviews and some fun things. This has been the first episode of Two Fools at the Pool, and we will see you next time.
Have a great day.
Peace out. Stop recording. Stop.
Audio check
from mic number 2.
All right.
Audio check. Check.
What? What?